Cool. Dude, and like the weather's good. It's just not normal.
Yeah, it feels like summer to me.
What have you been doing? Zev Rov, or is this backwards? What would this spell?
Is what backwards?
Hold on.
You said it
Why?
right the first time.
Zevrov, and then if it's backwards, it's Vorzev.
It just sounds worse, I think. Hard to pronounce.
True. Reminds me of this one game. It was called Vex or something. We were this. It was like one of those classic adventure games, like PS2, Xbox era. If you ever played those.
I don't think I did.
GG. Vex. Oh yeah, now there's just a champion called Vex. Yeah, I'm never finding that game.
Yeah, good luck with that. So I've
God.
been trying to upload my stuff through Insights Capture, which I saw from Malice. Seemed
Yeah.
like good software, and it reminded me of like Plays.gg and the other ones
That one
that
takes
died.
longer to upload stuff on.
I know, no, it was good like a month ago, but now they're like throttling upload speeds.
Yeah, so many people have started using that. Like so many companies too. I can tell you that.
Oh,
Like,
really?
yeah, like so many companies. Like all the like C9 training grounds that I work for, Pro Guides, like all that shit. Like they're all using it. So that's and it's like
Oh,
the
I didn't know
only
you worked for
one.
training grounds. That's cool.
Yeah, like wherever. That's how it goes with these fucking like esports software things. It's like they get created, they get acquired, they don't work, they sell,
Oh my
and
god.
then it stops working. But yeah, until the next Plays.tv variant. Um, so you could like share your screen with the VOD if you don't have it uploaded or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, you can be the video master, lol.
Yeah, I got some games ready. I play mid and jungle,
Okay,
mainly
Swain,
jungle
God
this
bless.
season. Yeah, Swain's good. I like him. He feels nice after the changes.
I love old piece of shit Swain. I do think the changes are good too. A little bit that
Wait,
I've
it's
played
still
on.
uploading. Even like cancel it. It's whack.
Small indie company.
Yeah, but actually though, yeah, okay, I don't know, whatever.
Okey-doke. And
Um,
Rengar, interesting.
yeah, do you want my OP.GG?
Sure. Did you watch any Chaos Reign?
Yeah, I followed him back in like season 4 or whatever when he was like a challenger Rengar player.
Yeah. Dude, if he streams anytime soon and he's playing Rengar, like he's unleashed right now.
Oh, is he? I thought he was playing Viego still.
Nope. Let me
That's
get
neat.
his IGN too so I can send you his account. So you can just kind of keep track of like what the fuck. What I know what he's doing right now in Rengar is like he rushes Ghostblade and then every single time the ult is up, he's using it. And it's not like you have to get a kill or the play has to go right. It's just Rengar has this condition where if you're not getting a kill, you're not winning the game, and that becomes a pretty big issue if you're just like farming. And that's where a lot of Rengars like just run into, they face plant in terms of like their climb on the ladder because like they stick to a style when it's like there's not really a style for Rengar. There's more like a pattern of or like a rhythm of play rather than like a
Oh yeah,
pattern.
so this game I tried breaking off my cleric gank, which is usually like I just full clear off cooldown until I get my ultimate.
Yeah.
And you're talking about like getting out of your comfort zone the other day on stream with that other jungler. So I thought about trying that out, and this game it worked pretty well.
Okay. God bless. When it doesn't work. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, no, when it doesn't work, you get this game.
Yeah.
Or a deer just like ran over my team.
Yuck. There's his IGN Carpal Bob 777.
It's funny.
And you can kind of see the builds from there. Okay, doke. Let me look at your account.
Yeah, so I've had this account since like season 2. That's when I started playing.
Damn.
Season 9, I got into my diamond promos, but failed them playing mainly Annie and Tryndamere mid lane. And that was after getting coaching from Vigar V2,
Okay.
which you've heard of him, right? I think
Yeah.
on Twitter and stuff. If they've seen you guys talk.
With his tank misfortune. Yep.
Oh yeah, I love that. I do that in ARAM all the time. Like I just play ADCs, but throw in like Anathema's stone plate
God.
after 3 crit items.
I'm on a kill the enemy vibe rather than become tanky at all cost on every champion every time.
Yeah, I've been watching just to see like your credentials or whatever, because I wasn't familiar with how you played.
Yeah.
Your YouTube replays in like Diamond rank or whatever that was.
Yeah. The YouTube
On
is
Talia
very much for
specifically.
noobs, but yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I noticed like you're actually just like stepping up on people, and that's something I don't do when I play mid.
Well, with
I don't know how well
Swain, you
you can
don't
do that
have
in
many
Swain right now, but
opportunities.
mhm.
You have your E to fish, but if you're not playing a champion that can really do it, then it might not make sense. Like Swain can start to do it a whole lot earlier than it used to be, though. So like
Oh yeah,
once you hit like level 7-ish, you can start looking for something, and then like level 9, you're online. So because that queue it's so much easier nowadays. But like if you're not playing like a LeBlanc, an Arya, Syndra, Talia, those sort of champions where it's like you have just an advantage in your poke ability, it might be harder to look for poke outright, at least in the early game. Because yeah, with Swain you're just fishing. You do.
yeah. That's if we go over one of my mid games, yeah, it's basically just fishing for a hook and then trying to go off that.
Yeah. Okie doke. Let's look at a replay here. See what we got. Any of these stand
So
out
this
to
one,
you?
I don't know how much control I actually had, but it starts off really poor.
Yeah,
Is it
into an
playing?
Udyr,
Yeah.
like if one misstep, it's over. This, this matchup fucking sucks for Rengar.
Yeah, I realize that now. I thought it was a lot better than it was or turned out to be.
Yeah, and your lanes are also rough. It's like you can gank top. I'm not seeing anything else until like bot lane's level 6, and then the odds of the lanes going wrong is so high. Like it is so outrageously
Yeah,
high.
ignite versus ignite. That's also what happened. The Riven started game fed. I'm also trying to implement F keys more.
How's that going?
It's all right, but I find that I use my mouse on the mini map without thinking, and a situation where I could have used an F key instead.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to rewrite something like that, but I think it's kind of normal though. Like you see the mini map first, and if your mouse is already going there, whoops. But yeah, you see the mini map first, and then look for the F key if you see something. With Rengar, it's like usually even if you're not F keying, it can be totally fine. Oddly enough, because you just path up to like similar areas. The things is like to watch for the opportunities that you can get, but even if you get them, it's like, can we gank mid lane as Rengar? Not super easy. The W, okay.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing. So you saw that clear spreadsheet, right?
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think.
Yeah, is that on
I
the
was
fastest
so last
Rengar
patch
clear?
I practiced the Rengar clear. I got it down to 310 pretty consistently. This patch I haven't practiced a new one, but it's W max if there's like more than one minion. That's typically a bit more damage.
Okay. Well, yeah, I haven't seen any like new Rengar clear, but I would imagine if you get a leash, it's probably fine to use the empowered Q, because the empowered W looks like it would be for on the golems. It looks like it would be for like the HP, similar to like a J4 clear. They do like they put a point in W versus E for
Mhm.
like the same reason.
Is it here? I see Riven was pushing up, so I was thinking I could try ganking, which would work typically, but
Okay, but did you F key like? Hey, what does the lane look like? It's like
I
even
guess
though he's
not. Yeah,
pushed up, it's like that's the third wave. Garen can't move past that third wave. I'm
yeah. She's
seeing
probably
this
looking for a
default.
cheater then.
Well, it's even if she's not, it's like here's the lane state. Like it's really up to her to die. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? If I had to guess, I could look at the replay and see if it's worded or not, but it might have been the way she was pathing.
Okey-doke.
And here I make the mistake of going for Crab when Udyr's level 4.
Yeah. I was surprised Udyr didn't come from Try.
And then I
Like
don't remember, he has Ghost, but yeah, Riven just comes down before Garen because she has Wave Prayer.
yeah, whenever you go for the play, right, you skip the camps, then you go for the top play. If it didn't work out,
I should
you
just go for him the camps instead.
yeah, you can't take the reward that is the scuttle crab, because that scuttle crab's like a neutral reward, but you just opted in for it even though like you're already off sides and then you're going to be weaker given that you invested the time into that rather than the camps. So it's like trying to
Yeah.
get a piece that you didn't really earn, and then the enemy just instantly punishes for it.
Kind of like in chess, like you have to set up your pieces to take before you can do that.
Yeah, it's like you're setting up to take one of his, but then he's just sacking it, and then bam, bam, bam. We've lost 3
It's
pieces.
actually exactly what happened. Yeah,
We
that's
lose
true.
the center of the board. It's fucked. Okie doke. Into the scuttle here. A risky man.
I figured he was taking my blue side
Yep.
because they were fighting in there, so they would see the camps are up.
Okie doke. We can kind of skip through this full clear, right? We just full clear up.
Uh, no, I go
We're
for the
into
gank
bot
here.
lane. Jesus.
Yeah, so I've been watching Scrub Noob, and I see when he's playing, if the wave's gonna bounce back, he just walks over to this bush, and it
Okay.
works. Um, so this is like one of the first because I'm trying to get out of full Rengar.
Yeah. Okay, so
I wasn't
it's a little
used to
test.
how slow it would push back, so I could have I don't know maybe done Raptors before. I'm not familiar with the timing exactly.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Bang. Bang. Oh, just queue him. Even if you die, it's no big deal.
Yeah, right, because I missed the stacks here because of that, or the one stack.
We missed the kill. We want the gold. We don't want them to have the gold. Our allies? Yuck. But like where you do the top lane play, right? If that doesn't fucking work, the game's over. That's where like this part of it gets messed up that you have to like factor in. Because where you fumble top lane, if you don't do this full clear, like the full clear makes you closer to even, which might not help you win as much as like comparing to ganking bot. Not that the bot lane gank was bad or anything. It's just it's a risk that you're running that you have to be aware of. So like once
The risk of top lane going south because of
no, the risk of you not being strong enough if the ball lane play goes wrong
oh yeah, because
because of
I
like
didn't have
you
my camps.
invested into top lane or invested into the top lane play, skipping the 2 camps. Udyr's already up to 2 camps. Like it gets so messed up. Like if that bot lane play goes wrong. Okie doke. So Udyr takes our top side as he should, and we're
Yeah,
not.
so because of that, I have to guess that he didn't take it on after the fight or the first fight.
Yeah, so you could do red and then top scuttle because he's going to reset back to his respawning blue side, and then try to gank top. That's what I'm seeing here. Let's see how it goes, I
I
guess.
forget what I did, but I'm pretty sure I just go back bot. Or like this fight happens. Maybe it doesn't.
Whenever they change Rengar, where you can use the E like that,
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
so many, like, me and 2 other guys in Discord were just like, every single time, like, both of them were playing Rengar, every single time we'd be like, oh my god, this is crazy. You
It's
can
so
E the
crazy because
golem.
it also flips a lot of his bad matchups because those are based on stealth and him not being able to auto attack
Yes, the
like an
Shaco
assassin or a Vayne
matchup
or
and
something.
Kha'Zix and shit, like, just
Yeah, Talon,
instantly. Instantly
Akali.
was flipped. Okey doke. Whole bunch of long swords as you do.
Yeah, I've been liking the Umbral Wave, and I was trying out this build from Europe Rengar this game because I was into Udyr going to
God,
be
it sounds
tankier.
like you're gonna have to play a bunch, like, on your own accord, right? You're taking Scrub Noob's ganks, you're taking the European players build. Like, you can borrow all those things, but then it's also like you got to build up your what you're gonna do, you know? Or else it's like constantly just trying these things out. It's like you can get a feel for them, but you got to build up something to have things be consistent at least.
That's a good point. Um, I think the greatest influence on my climb this season so far has been Malice and watching him play and just like full clear into gank on Evelyn and Karthus, Shyvana, Udyr.
Yep.
But I've been playing Rengar and Jago, which they can still do that, but they also have options early sometimes.
They have, more so they have a condition where it's like they have to get kills compared to they have to, but then they also have the tools to do so. So it becomes a whole lot cheesier in a way, but that's part of the gameplay.
Mhm.
And then, dude, like, you play on NA, right?
Yeah, this is NA.
Yeah. They're never adapting. Like, they're never adapting to the Rengar cheese. And then if they do, it'll be for the span of like 3 months. Good you can wait out this a little longer. The Ashe has ulti and whatnot. Like, if you're going to be here, it's kind of like we're Elise. We can just sit there for a minute 30 so long that it goes well. Because if you're too antsy to get back to the camps, it's not like we're the Evelyn Karthus that needs to be cycling these on cooldown. For Rengar, I think it's fine to stay in that balling bush and wait for that wave
Is
to
there like
come
a
in.
playback speed? Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, you can also use the arrow keys to skip.
Oh, I didn't know, or I didn't even look up the hotkeys, I guess.
That cleanse is amazing. Okay. No ulti? There you go.
Yeah, I know. And I didn't see her.
A little bit
She
too
must have been
slow.
hugging the wall. I guess. Or I
Yeah.
was just too slow. But yeah.
You
And then I
can.
die here to
What?
go into wolves,
Oh,
and then
okay.
Udyr comes back with Nautilus on respawn.
I was wondering how you die on Gromp. But yeah, the
Yeah.
wolves. Wolves is too much. Also, the goal, right? Do you have to counter jungle to Udyr? No.
No, because if he finds me, I'm dead. So I shouldn't even been thinking about that. I just want to avoid him until
Yeah.
I'm stronger. But I don't know if Rengar ever is able to fight an Udyr.
If you get turbo fed off his laners, lol. But it's like you have a. Oh, never mind. I thought you had the vein. It's like if you have a vein, that kills you, dear. Oh, yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Ashwish is okay until he gets like Swifties or more tenacity or slow resist from Sunfire.
Yeah. Solo Q Ashe loses into Udyr in my eyes.
Oh yeah, because they just stand still like the Confederate Army soldier. Yeah.
Yep. It's the honorable thing to do. What the fuck?
Yeah, I just do no damage because he has Tabby Sunfire already.
Yep, that's Udyr. How'd you end up there? Can we go back?
Yeah. Here we go.
So you reset to Raptors, and then the ulti's coming up. So if you don't have ulti, it's like you have to be pretty fucking sure about this play. Like we live in, we learn he has tabbies and we
Yeah, I
die,
lost bow
but
already too. That's not good. And I showed.
so if you just farm the 2-3 camps into an ulti on the soul lanes, like that's how you counter them diving bot, not by like reacting to it like that. Or else you're just being like drug around. Because that's so important. It's like whenever you're ganking on Rengar too, if you get it on the soul lanes, it's probably going to be more valuable than in the bot lane. The bot lane is like to collect the free kills because there's two of them, and naturally they just go down if if you show up in the lane. But killing the soul lanes, it's like you put the soul laner behind, you put yours ahead, and then that really opens things up because they're going to be stronger a whole lot earlier. Joke, ulti in. Then it's like it's back to a wolf camp, or you could stay top and then push out the wave of Garen and try to hit the turret. And it's like who's going to stop you? The Udyr and the Nautilus. But then you can watch the Nautilus move from mid. So it's like that's an option you have. And then if you and Garen are strong enough to kill the Udyr too, oh my god, it's the only way you're going to take him out. Him dedicating to like a 1v2.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens actually. And this game's still pretty doomed.
Yeah, this game's fucking impossible. It is strictly luck at this point. But man, like that's how Rengar should be though. If you make that one initial misstep, then you can't really have a comeback.
Yeah, so here something happened with my mouse, or I disconnected. And that was the mouse at first.
If you're trying to gank top lane, just go through the lane. If you go through the jungle, like they're gonna see you on the wards like that. Or they were just
Yeah.
in your jungle.
That's actually a good tip that I don't really do going through lane for stuff like that.
Yeah, whenever you're on the reset as Rengar with the ulti up, you gotta look for that as an option, especially going into the mid game when they can have the wards in your jungle easier. Because it's not like you're skipping your camps in a way, because it's like you're gonna gank that lane, push out the wave, and then go back to your camps.
Mhm.
Something you can look for. It can be like that on Evelyn too. What's the other champion I'm thinking of?
I think typically what I do off of a reset is I walk back to the camp, and then after that, I look for the gank. But going for the gank first could be higher tempo, I guess, if you're able to secure the kill or summoners or whatever.
That, and then you spend your ulti, so your ulti's up sooner. So then when
Yeah,
you
that
go
also
back,
makes sense.
yeah, so you spend the time walking to the camps, you spend the time doing the camps, and by the time you've cleared up, it's like you're waiting like 10, 20 seconds on your ulti. If you have Ultimate Hunter, and then the ability haste too. Oh yeah, that's a key part of the Chaos Rain gameplay right now. You have to have Ultimate Hunter, and then where he rushes Ghostblade, it's like you just have that ability haste right off the bat compared to the Umbral and then the Eclipse. Because like Umbral gives you the ability haste, but you get the Caulfield's Warhammer faster than you would complete the Umbral. Umbral, I think, something like that. Usually with futures too, with first strike, it's like that's where you end up. Okie doke. Do we have to keep watching this one? This
Not
one's,
really, no.
yeah, this one's impossible. There's no way to save it either.
Yeah, no, it really was. This one's a win. I don't really like going over wins and replays all that much. These are a bit older. Oh no, not that old actually. Forget this one.
Master Yi. Why do I feel like Master Yi would win with his W and shit? I've never ever seen that matchup played recently. So
Yeah, it
much has
really does
changed.
depend on his W usage.
Yeah. He could run exhaust too. Like he could get messed up. He could run ignite. It would get really messed up. Careful. Yoke. Is this like Pajama Rengar?
Yeah,
I
I think
hate
it's
this
called Pretty
skin.
Kitty specifically.
I want Rengar to look dangerous. But I'm not a Rengar main, so I'm a little biased.
I just think it's hilarious because when you have the ultimate marker on your head, you can hear a purring sound.
Oh, and it soothes the enemy.
Mhm.
Makes them feel at home. Remember, when they're in the gray screen, they're not tilted, you know? And so then they won't think about the Rengar coming to kill them again. Wow.
I messed it up topside so often, like just like where to stand.
Oh. If you pause
Yeah, no,
it,
I've
like,
practiced on Fill Six a bunch, but I
yeah,
haven't been playing Fill Six recently. And then when the Rengar clear started implementing that, I'd forgotten where exactly the location was.
you go back, it's like that rock right below the tree on the right of the wolves. So,
I'm able to do it on blue side like every time.
yeah, blue side's easier.
Wait, like this one, you mean?
Yeah, so the edge of that rock, if you go to the left, it's like about right there. That's what you want to align yourself with the
Yeah, and
wolves
I
and the
was.
blue.
Let's see. Oh no, it already reset.
Because if you're too far to the left, not close enough to the rock,
The blue resets.
no, the wolves reset.
Wait, you mean like here? Like where my mouse is? Can you see my mouse actually?
Yeah, I see your mouse. So like,
Okay.
yeah, where that blue stuff is, you want to be like a little bit to the right of the blue stuff. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. Needs more fiddlesticks clears to maximize the Rengar clear.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I like playing Fill Six too. I just haven't played him in ranked.
Fiddlesticks has like a debuff in solo queue.
That's what I
Requires
remembered from
allies.
last season.
Yeah, requires allies. That part fucking sucks. He's like a ramping jungler in my eyes, at least in solo queue. You could play him full clear and then Yeah, but like not without pristinely good players in the soul in all the lanes. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't pack because it's a Katarina. How would I gank that?
Yeah, if you're not going to the bot lane bush after, yeah, you should just immediately recall. Just checking out mid lane. Draven's in it to fucking win it. Okay. And it's like at least take a glimpse at top lane.
Yeah, you're right, because ganking before clearing is a habit that is good.
Yeah, you can see the waves because like if you can just barely get into the first bush there, Aatrox is fucking dead. Or it's his flash and then he dies to Camille level 6. Just barely tickling a top laner, the game falls apart for him. Rengar
I
is
actually
so
don't
good at
remember
that.
if I won or lost this,
Exciting.
but it's looking like maybe lose based on those deaths.
Oh. Okay, we can get bot wave. Oh. Okay. Okay, Talon says he wants to go, but like you are not
And then he
looking
goes
before
on
you
E.
leap. Okay. Good E by Draven.
Yeah, and Talon,
So yeah, go back to when like you're starting the Gromp, and then Talon pings on the way. It's like look at the lane and decide for yourself if you're going to do that with the Talon, because you immediately just go. You know, you have to look at the lane, because the Talon will fucking lie to you. He's like, you know, he's a random solo queue Talon. You just gave him everything, you know. Flash the Nautilus Q, auto QQ, Draven dies, but like, look at what the fuck you're going into before you get there. Like, because there's no out for Rengar. That's where it gets so brutal. If you're Xin Zhao, it'd be the same shit. Like, so
yeah, that is true.
yeah. So we could continue doing the Gromp, just take the ball wave, and then back up to our wolves. Ay ay ay.
Why didn't I check the crab there?
Probably gone. It's probably like the first grab. Then Camille resets. Mastery on Dragon, God bless.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be looking for his blue
I found him
side.
off, but that's like 4 people.
Bot lane's turbo feeding, so whenever bot lane's turbo feeding, we don't go bot lane. We kill top lane. It's our only play.
I feel like mid can sometimes be better in solo queue around where I am because it's not like a lot of the games I lose. It feels as if the lanes lose themselves before I have a chance to interact with
Well, you're
like
not
the
doing you're
full clear
not
style.
yeah, you're not getting there fast enough because like there's these one hiccups and that slows you down too much on Rengar. It's always going to be that first mistake that like puts things off like the right frequency, you know?
Mhm.
So like yeah, you could maybe get some easy wins on mid lane for now, but not really that important compared to just fixing like the first mistake that slows everything down for Rengar. Because it'd be like that for any of the full clear junglers too. Like if you're playing Kayn, you skip one camp to try to kill and then it doesn't go right. Like
Yeah, the ranger tempo.
everything's too slow all of a sudden. Yeah. Doke, and then nice. Immediate reset. Master Yi's killing top. Man. God bless. So you could skip the golems and do Rift Herald if you wanted to. I think that's about the only way you like win this game because bot lane is absolutely fucked. And it's gonna keep getting worse because it's Draven, you know? So if you do Rift Herald, you can give it to Talon or Camille, and then you get something going. Because there's no defense here. There's nothing for Rengar to fucking do to like to stop things from bleeding. So you just have to keep attacking things. And since the Master E died top, then most likely he's going to reset to the bot side, and then you have time to do that Rift Herald. Drop the Rift Herald mid, Talon can roam top with you, and then you guys try to get everything top that you can, you know, on the rotations. Because you guys can't fight bot side. If you try, the game like is fucked. That'd be like the only way you save this game. So I would do like go back like on the reset. It's like you can do the golems and then blast cone to the Rift Herald, and then after the Rift Herald, you can
Go like back here, you mean?
yeah. We'd finish the Rift Herald. Our ulti would be up. We could do Scuttle afterwards, ult mid, and then drop Rift Herald. Then we really have something. Otherwise, the way things are going to naturally play out, it is not going to be playable for Rengar. The enemy is going to be too strong.
It would be nice if there was like a rule book for some of the stuff that's being talked about right now, like ganking before you start clearing again.
I mean,
If you're just full clearing.
like I said, it's more like a rhythm instead of a pattern, especially
Mm.
for Rengar. It is just, you really have to go with the flow as Rengar. God. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
like,
that's what show done when he died, right there.
yeah.
Just go straight to the Herald.
Yeah, because like you can study the play and then like it's good to know the perfect plays and whatnot, but then like in your own game, it's all about like reading the situation as it is. That comes into like your awareness, but then also like watching things play out and then making decisions accordingly, not decisions based on what you think is like the perfect play, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That part. Nobody likes that part on jungle. But I'm doing the perfect
Yeah, there,
thing.
skip forward.
Okay.
Yeah, the reason I got coaching is because I had a strong start to the season with the like 70% overall win rate, and then this week and last week I dropped down to like 60, and I have like a 40% win rate over those games. I do like 10 games a day on Mondays because I work a 4-day work schedule or week schedule.
Okay.
And I wanted to see what problems we could identify.
So if the win rate like flattens out like that, I mean it's only natural. It's like you plateau at a certain MMR range.
Mhm.
Because what
Yeah, that's what I wanted to avoid.
yeah, like what rank is this account? Well, then also, hold on. Like, if you
11-4.
watch like a scrub noob or something, though, like you're gonna get a skewed view. It's like his win rates like aren't real in a sense, like because he's smurfing. You know, you're not smurfing like on Rengar here. This is just learning Rengar in a sense. So like it's different, and it's fine that like the win rate isn't the best you've ever seen. Like you have to do this to like get to a certain point where you could, you know, make another account and then have a big ass win rate, but if God, if you're just playing to like get that alone, things are gonna get skewed, you know. Yeah, yeah, and
Oh, I'm playing to improve. My goal for the season was Diamond because I had more time to play League, which I liked.
cool. Yeah, Master Yi totally wins this. Come on, Master Yi. Oh, okay, all right. Are you good comms in this?
What comes? Oh yeah, you mean all chat?
I think the most important thing is going to be like those first steps in terms of like how like the first mistake at least up until that point, but then also the pathing options. Like it's all very important on Rengar, but then it's all like very dynamic where it's always changing depending on every single variable, like literally every single one. Ay, ay, ay. So what was the first death this game?
This game was that
Oh, right. Whenever the
following
Talon was
Talon.
going.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he just got distracted by Master Yi or, like, discovered him, whatever. And here, I think I could have gone a Nautilus maybe, but Draven probably would have killed me still.
I think it's
Because
fine.
Nautilus was kinda low before he started chugging potions.
Yeah, I think it's fine to go on Draven. You just have to. I think you have to flash the Nautilus hook. Like if you look back at it, I think you can double Q, and so long that you flash that, it should be fine.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I just flashed to the left, like, right there.
Yeah, it gives you another auto too. It's like the double Q would come out, bang bang.
Yeah, I think I'm used to just spamming W in fights that I think will be too close to tell if I have enough damage,
Okay.
and that just comes from knowing my damage, which is gonna change in a week anyways after that update.
Yeah, but then also it's like just try to kill him, you know? See if you can do that. It's not important to survive on Rengar. It's important to see if we can kill them at these specific moments with these items, you know? That data is so much more important than like if we can get in there and then survive. Because that's going to be how you get the lead. God, okay, so then we reset to the red. Oh yeah, okay, and then I think not doing the Rift Herald that one time was also like the second misstep that like
Yeah,
makes it not winnable. It's not like you make any major errors, but it's like, damn, that's the game state with the bot lane turbo feeding. It's like you have to do that Rift Herald with Master Yi dying top, and then drop it for Talon so that we have a ball game to play, and then we can just run their blue side with your Rengar ulti and then Talon. Otherwise, it is just fucking trying to put out fires across the map, which Rengar sucks at, especially into fed fucking Draven Nautilus. What to do? What to do?
yeah, Draven already used his knockback and he was out of mana, even if he didn't use it.
Yeah, that Draven didn't play it bad. To use the E on a Rengar. Damn it. Their AD's Faker and mine is Plaker. Raker.
Baker.
Doesn't even eat Staker. Asked out a girl, but he wouldn't date her.
Yeah, okay, so that's exactly where it was. I was looking for the Herald misplay.
Yeah, you could even skip the golems there. And then even if Master Yi shows up and we die, it's like, I think that's a necessary risk that we're going to run there. But at that timing too, the Master Yi should be resetting to his bot side because he had cleared up to that.
I think what I'm doing a lot of the time is jumping on people even though I know I'll die, so that an ally can get the shutdown.
Like when?
But that's not good because I should be trying to get the shutdown.
Yeah, like you can also spend your allies, like you wait for them to start something or ping them to start something. There has to be a lot of patience with Rengar too, like at lower MMRs, like especially whenever you're like in top lane, bot lane bush. It's always going to be them to get the party started, or at least to bait the fight out. Okie doke. Come on, Swain, walk up and die. Not exactly. I bet that Katarina has Zonius too. Or fuck, they go Divine Sunder now. Whatever. She
Yeah, I
doesn't.
know, right? They go Death Dance, Divine Sunder.
Still unkillable. Okay, this dragon was like a massive risk for like not much either. If they want to fight there, like everything's fucked up. Nobody has ults besides the Swain, which like barely matters.
Yeah, I think this might have been before his rework too.
Yeah. So, like whenever you're behind, it's fine to give those dragons so that like you're farming the camps. And if you farm the camps up too, it's like you're naturally going to end up near the side lanes, and you might have an ult there as well. When the enemy team's winning, getting a single dragon isn't going to do anything. It's all about like the golden XP that you can get. God, if you can get their jungle camps too, nice. But putting yourself in a position to have that, like, for them to attack you on that dragon, like, that can get so fucked up. And the whole game could be lost off that. It'd be like attempting a Baron and then going badly, but just a lighter, but still, like, puts everyone on the back foot. It really, You're on the back foot as Rengar. They don't die.
I'm not married to Rengar as a champion, but I do like the playstyle of like clearing because it feels more consistent than the gank style of jungling. Like or literally like sacrifice clear to gank. I mean,
Do you play any other junglers?
yeah, Shaco is the second one.
Jeez. Okay, Shaco's very much the ganking though. I was thinking like,
Not the way I play it.
fair enough.
I play him AP and max boxes for the clear speed,
Uh-huh.
and he actually does have a pretty fast clear early. I don't
Okay.
think I have recordings of him because I don't play him too often comparatively.
Yeah. I was thinking like the other like ramping junglers, so like a Kayn, a Diana. They're like close to Rengar, but Rengar's still different. Rengar's like his own thing. So like when you would skip camps or like when you get a single kill and then ramp up in clear speed and whatnot. It's akin to Rengar, but those champions do it differently. Rengar is much more like conditional to get a kill. And if he does not, it's all screwed up. Okay, alright. Just deal
Yeah, I missed a
damage to
bullet,
him.
died instantly. Yeah.
There's no backing off either. Just jump into him. Even if you're gonna die, it's like get as much damage off as you can.
Oh yeah, I could have just led with the empowered cube because that can't miss.
Yeah, and then if you're leading with a bullet too, no one else around, it doesn't make sense. You're not setting anyone else up for damage.
Yeah, Talon even said just jump. Yeah, Kaz didn't have Zonia's or Death Stance.
Swain, Swain. Instantly dead. Swain, Swain. And you guys don't forfeit? Naturally.
I have not surrendered that I remember recently in solo queue.
They never do surrender in North America, but God, if you don't have a lead early on Rengar and nothing else is going, like
Oh yeah, no, it feels terrible. Like not even
I'm out.
a lead, but if you're even and then your team's behind, it still feels just as bad.
Yeah. You could empower the Q and then throw the bolo so that when you jump,
You get the empowered Q, yeah.
clear the golems faster, take the top wave. I don't know where the hell you're going with this. It's like, hey man, you need a whole bunch of gold. Fuck the dragon, okay? This dragon isn't saving the game.
Okay, so that's something I could do. Or put it on my brain, I guess.
Yeah, we're not Udyr, we're not Shyvana, we're Rengar. We're Rengar that's behind here in this game. That dragon just cost you camps or the minion waves. Like, who's going to stop you topside? Ay, ay, ay. Jump onto Nautilus. Yep. That's how it goes. You don't let your team get in there either. Like,
I could have waited, yeah, because they just came in there.
the like you can ulti, and then you got to be watching your allies and them.
Okay, I think they just end off that. Yeah.
Hopefully. You would hope. Ay, ay, ay.
So Viger thinks there isn't much benefit to life coaching. I don't know how I feel about it personally.
Depends on. It's definitely like the lowest value one. I was thinking we could watch one of Chaos Reigns replays here.
Okay. Because I haven't watched him in a while.
Ooh. Nice, a Cassidon as well. Okay, this is a real one too. Like Vi does pretty well into Rengar, oddly enough.
Yeah, that's a nightmare matchup.
Yeah. You would hope Vi would have one good matchup. Poor Vi, that piece of shit champion. That champ sucks so much.
Like, she wants the full clear, but her ganks are also good, and she doesn't have a fast clear. So, like,
Oh,
or at
God.
least in my perspective, I think Vi scales of items pretty well.
She does. She just needs like matchups and certain play styles and stuff. Like when everyone's fighting and whatnot, I don't know. She's still kind of like bad Wukong, but stronger a little earlier.
Like, she kind of reminds me of Shyvana, but, you know, with crowd control.
Yeah. They do a little bit of cheesing.
Oh my god, they're actually just waiting in there. And it worked because her flash is down and there's bushes everywhere. Yeah, that's another thing I like about Rengar. Like, if they burn flash and it's in the middle of the jungle, like, they're just dead. Unless they have another way to get over terrain. He skipped red, interesting.
Yeah, because Vi could try to...
That makes sense, yeah, to stop her. Because then he's a level up if she tries to do that.
Yeah, and then there's no downside of, like, missing out on the golden XP here, because it's not like he's racing the Vi. She only has, like, so many camps, you know? So, she even skips golems, what the hell? Okie doke. And then he does Scuttle, and then after Scuttle, this is what he would see. He would see this mid lane, see this bot lane, and then here's top lane. Then we have a general idea that Vi's either in a bot lane bush, or just generally like bot side, or reset back to the top side.
So his caps are staggered, right? Because he only did like half of them.
Yeah, and then he's also
so there's a gank window that he could use in between when the raptor spawns, or is it actually just going to spawn when he's done red? I'm not 100% on that.
They probably spawn around like, I don't know, 450, given that he had to walk back to his red side. But then his golems in red are still up, and then Vi also, since she showed in the top side, like we can just investigate this area. And then for like a gank, right, it's like he can't really get into this bush right there, and then it's a Sejuani top. So it's like maybe you could walk at the Mordekaiser, but he does have flash, and then that's a Kassadin, so I would say he probably just goes back to the camps. Finds the Vi, gets the smite. Congratulations. Vi doesn't go crazy for the red buff. They kill Kassadin. And then it's just into a full clear, it looks like. Yep, and he starts the dragon, I guess, because like bot lane was pushed out. It's a fucking Kassadin mid lane, you know? And then they're both full HP too. Like if they're both full HP, like, and you're walking to that lane, nah. And then if you start the dragon, it might not even be about the dragon. If the enemy comes to contest, it's like now you have a fight. And it's only skipping the Gromp for it, which isn't bad. Joke. It's like all things considered, like it kind of looks rough where the Kassadin's feeding. It's at Mordekaiser top, so that's hard to gank. So honestly, I'll be surprised to see how the hell. Oh yeah. Oh my god. A complete failure in the mid lane.
I have done that, and that's why I'm scared of ganking mid when it's that close to tower now.
Yeah. But even if it goes wrong, for Rengar, like it's not that bad. At least in like these jungle matchups. Like a Udyr, you'll feel it, but like a Vi, you're not going to feel that death as much. You got Vi ulti, which is a fucking massive cooldown. And then if that went right, it's really good. And then if it goes wrong, it's like... So like, I would say for every kill for Rengar, let's say there's like a ×3 multiplier for it. Versus like the jungle camps are like 1 point... Let's just say they're like a 1 multiplier. Whereas for Udyr, a jungle camp might be like 1.5 of a multiplier, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then a successful gank might just be like a 1 multiplier. So then the downside... So like if you do the camps, they just don't build up to as much as like a successful gank on Rengar. But you still need to do them at certain points for different reasons. But like if you get those plays off, it becomes like, let's say 3 times as good. So then you can fail it like up to 3 times. At least like minutes like 1 to 14. But God, if it goes well once, like you correct 2 mistakes, like 2 failed ganks and maybe even 2 deaths, you know? In solo queue where it's like the enemy's not going to punish you as much too, like that just becomes more true. So God bless, he ult spot and kills a fucking Ezreal. That's not supposed to happen.
He must have known that was on her dash was on cooldown, I hope. Yeah, it's like not a high EV play.
Yeah. Then we farm until the ulti is back up. And you can see he's like already pathing to like anything with the ulti coming up.
Yeah.
Like as soon as that shit's up.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't go right, it doesn't, like, it's the only thing you got.
Too.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It fucking doesn't even work. And let's see. Like, what's the punish? He took our raptors? Deal. It's 8-4. How the fuck does he win? He's just gonna keep ulting. Waiting for Katarina to show in lane. Waiting for them to fight bot lane. This is what he would see. Sees that they're going in. Or doesn't. Get it together. There you go. Congratulations, Mr. Rengar. Trying to dodge out on VIQ. He's played against Super Metroid for years.
Oh, is that him?
I don't know. The boy penis, I would really doubt. I would really doubt it. And it's like just with that, like they're in it to win
back
it.
in the game. Yeah, there are 2 dragons.
It's like you just have to go for it with Rengar. It's just you keep attacking. There's no defense. One thing with your play, it's like you're being pulled to like the lanes at certain times, like when it's going bad for them. It's the exact opposite. You just go to the other side of the map and then attack them. You know, there is like no defense on this champion. God bless Rengar. Did you play when Pharaoh Flare was in the game?
I've played since season 2, so yeah. Plat Rengar, that is something I've played a good amount.
I love that version. And then like
it was so broken on, like, you know, just like the stat stick champions like Trundle and Udyr.
Yeah. Played a bunch on Rengar and Master Yi. Oh yeah, and Warwick. Jesus. Okay. God, he's waiting forever for what.
I'm so disappointed that Warwick can't full clear.
He's a beginner champ for a reason.
He's so much fun though.
I haven't even played rework Warwick.
I like him because he really is all attack, but it's like the only way to play him. Like you can't play him defensively.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have empowered W like Rengar does.
Yeah, but then even if you get the kills, like nothing comes of it, because he's a beginner champ, you know. He's built for noobs to just run around the map, and it's okay if they skip fucking 5 camps for 4 minutes. Warwick keeps going. Okey-doke. He even smells a fight, and then it's an ulti in. Or not. Waiting for Mordekaiser ulti. Trying to have the allies pull them towards the bush. Will that ever happen?
Yeah, no, you can't mind control allies in this game.
Even he's using his fucking pajamas Rengar with a stupid meow.
It's a funny skin.
Every time he cues. Meow.
Every time you leap too.
Amazing. I would want like Void Rengar or something. Doke, and then
oh yeah, like Kha'Zix and Rengar swapping styles.
Yeah. So like through
interesting.
fighting,
It's like a legendary skin.
I think like through fighting too, it's like you set your allies up for such an easier game because that's what most players know how to do is attack the enemy. Maybe not very well, but that's what they're best at, you know. So then whenever you're starting these fights constantly as Rengar, it just inevitably like makes the game easier. I feel like that's like something that just comes along with ulting off cooldown and then playing to attack the enemy over and over and over and over again. Like I said, you could probably have like 2 deaths for like every 1 kill, and then it can be okay. And if you get better at that, you get 3 kills for 0. It's like that's a 9 multiplier effectively, you know, on Rengar. And you just take over from there. And then even if you have a like that initial lead, you still have to keep it going too, which is easy enough because the condition of killing an ally when you've already put them like on the back foot is super, super like just natural. It's gonna happen. The noob's gonna die again. So like if you're looking to play Rengar, I think like that's kind of the style that you have to go with. And it's not like black or white either, like when you should or shouldn't or anything. It's like I said, it is very much a rhythm and not a pattern because everything's changing. What you're playing like with and against always like shifts how like what one decision's going to do on Rengar. Whereas like with a new deer, clearing the camps is very consistently going to do the same thing. And then the shifts in team comps and stuff you just don't have to deal with as much.
Yeah, no, the shift in team comps in Rengar is insane. Like, what you can do, who you're playing against, who you're playing with.
Yeah. But yeah. What do you think?
I think I would like to keep working with you.
Okay.
And try to achieve my goals for this season.
Which are?
At least Diamond. I would have to play a specific champion. Like, I think I'd like to make a plan for that. Just achieving it in like the simplest way possible.
Okay, well if you're already playing Rengar, I think that's definitely going to be what you should stick to. I don't think Shaco's like worth the time in a way. Because Shaco's like a
I
super
play a lot of
specific
flex queue,
thing.
so those numbers aren't accurate towards
Oh, like that. Bang, bang, bang.
I don't know how my win rate's that high when my KDA and farm is low compared to.
Because this is Rengar. Like, this is how you.
Oh, well, yeah, the deaths, but the kill is very high. Yeah, okay, never mind. I see that.
Yeah, this is necessary. Like, a great KDA is, like, necessary. It's like a good ADC. They have just strictly great KDAs. It's no big deal. And then they're bad if they're not. Like, yeah. Yeah, like, just stick with Rengar. If you wanted, like, a Ditto champion, there's, like, Evelyn, which is kind of similar, but not exactly. There's Diana, but then Diana takes a little bit more practice because the mechanics are going to be different.
Oh, there's less of them. There's like throwing a Q at minion wave and then jumping to that and then the enemy champion.
Yeah, maybe not the
But I think that's
mechanics,
about
the
it.
like sequence of like how much damage you're going to deal at certain times and if you can go in or not.
Oh yeah, and then like hitting your ultimate multiple people to get the most damage.
Yeah, you got to hit multiple people. Sometimes you go in just to start the fucking party, you tank a little bit, die, and then that's Diana's impact. But like, she's easy enough too. So I would just say like do a Diana Ditto if you needed, but really, really just stick to Rengar. I really doubt he's going to be banned from like Platinum to like D4.
Yeah, he's not. He's banned like every 5 games or so, if that.
Doke. And then I would definitely try to rush the Ghost Blade. And then into Boost Lucidity, into, I think it's Eclipse second. And then LDR. Right? Let me see. Let me see. And after LDR.
Yeah, that's what I saw from a few other people. Sometimes Conquer, sometimes First Strike. I've been liking First Strike a lot.
Yeah, First Strike is fucking insane on Rengar. It's like literally not... Like, if you watch some of these fucking Chaos Rain games, he'll have like 1,800 gold at like 20 minutes with his shit. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Because Rengar gets to attack with the ultis.
It does all his damage within the window.
Yeah, and he just keeps blasting out these fucking ultis. It's like Karthus, but just faster, you know? So long that you're attacking the enemy when the ulti's on cooldown. It is stupid. Like, it is annoyingly stupid. And
Oh, he goes relentless. Okay.
Yeah. Do. See. Oh yeah, it is relentless consistently. But yeah, you could just follow.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people do either or Ghostblade or Relentless. Both, I guess, is good because that means less time for them to react.
Yeah, the indicator will show up like less. You'll physically be closer, so you can actually jump. Like, it's all good. And then Boots Lucidity too. God, if you get those early, like it is over for the enemy. You already have the Ghost Blade, so you have the what is it, 15, and
Yeah, if you're
20.
taking magic boots, that's another reason to take fights early.
Like, oh my god. And you get futures? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. I already linked that. I did.
Yeah, I have it.
Carpal Bob 7,777. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. Good. You could watch his games and then kind of study his build too. But that's like the basis that you're working off is the Ghost Blade into the Boost Lucidity, and then really just getting used to ulting. Because whenever you ult like that too, right? You skip 2 camps usually.
Yeah,
Probably.
off cooldown. Yeah, that makes sense.
So then you get the first strike gold. And then if the play goes well, you get a wave, you get a turret plate. And then an extra reward would be an invade. But then if you don't have that, you can still go back to your camps. You do the 2 camps, you reset, you do 1 camp, your ulti's back up. Like, oh my
Yeah, no, I'm
god.
actually just leaving my ultimate up on cooldown, or yeah, on cooldown, off cooldown, whichever is the
Cooldown.
correct one, and just like farming and then ganking afterwards.
Ooh. Yeah, and then we can really be rocking because it gets too
Yeah,
messy otherwise.
because that's just a lot more ults each game if you're doing it that way.
Yeah, and I think it makes Rengar make sense. So, yeah, okie doke. That's a good place to start.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully I can turn the sample size of the last 20 games around.
Yeah, and then for a future session too, whenever you get like a good recording, it could be like, a couple weeks ago, so long that like you bookmark it, and then we can
Yeah,
have
no,
it.
you saw I had a bunch of recordings that I kept
Yeah.
on Insights.
But like with this playstyle going forward too, because then we'd be looking at like specifically how you play the things out, and then
I'm implementing it, which is important.
yeah, and then the decisions that you do afterwards. But then also your awareness too. But for now, it's like let's ult off cooldown and then play the fights as well as you can. We'll see where we get from there.
I think playing fights evenly when I'm not in a situation where I'm super caught out, like that Riven, Udyr, Scuttlecrab situation, I do well, and that's part of why I have the higher win rate. Because there's like some guy who added me, and he's like, "Wow, you're really good mechanics," but I didn't think I had good mechanics before then. Because I'm like, just plat, and I know it's like piss low.
Yeah, and on Rengar, if you're caught out, like there's no way to play it right. It doesn't.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, like you have to
probably
try to
makes
take
you.
someone with you, basically.
Yeah, makes you freak out more.
Mm.
Knowing that the champion can't even do it. So don't even worry about that. And then when it's normal, it's easy. Alrighty. Yeah. Any other thoughts, questions, or anything?
I mean, I'll have them,
Yeah, and you can always message me or whenever.
Yeah, I'll probably see if I could do one of these once a week because I play 10 games every Monday, so it's decent enough to reflect on.
Yeah. Okay. So would you want to do them like every Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesdays will work for sure.
Okay. So
Like same time's fine, I think.
alrighty. Write that down in the chat then. What do we do? 9 p.m. EST.
Mhm.
9 p.m. EST. Tuesdays. Alrighty. Talk to you then.
Yeah, see ya.
Alrighty. Best of luck, man. Rengar.
Yeah, thanks for
He's
helping me out.
hard. Yeah, no problem. Good luck, man. Bye bye.
See ya.
Yeah, Rengar is such an investment, man. I love it. I love it. I love it.